the learned Maulanars, the most reverend bishops, the leaders of the Jain community, and the leaders, the prominent leaders of the Sikh religious tradition, spiritual masters, distinguished scholars, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start the valedictory, the closing ceremony very soon. We are just waiting for the most venerable Siddhi Sayadaw, Dr. Shinyanisra, to arrive, and then we begin. We are going to start this valedictory as we began the inaugural ceremony, that is with invocation for peace from the two religious traditions, Buddhism and Hinduism. And I'll be calling on General N.C. Vij, Director of Uyghur International Foundation from India, to speak about the deliberation that we have had. And then we'll have closing remarks from Siddhi Sayadaw. Of course, the special speeches, special addresses, two of them will be heard as well. The first one from the Minister for Social Affairs of the government of the Yangon region, and then the valedictory address by the chief guest from India, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mahan Yogi Adityanath, who has very kindly joined us. Then we shall have a vote of thanks from the chairman of Myanmar Institute of Strategic and International Study, as well as from General Vij from the Uyghur International Foundation. Then by the end of the session, just before we end, we hope to hear the declaration, which is the fruit of all our efforts for the last 2 days. The declaration coming out of our active participation and discussion. Sarah Pimbi lah. Pimbi. Your Holiness is Param Swamijis and all the religious leaders. The Samvad II, the dialogue, Interfaith dialogue for peace, harmony and security is coming to the valedictory ceremony. That is the closing stage. Now the Most Venerable Siddhiku Sayadaw is entering the hall. Kindly stand up and receive Sayadaw. Thank you. Thank you. Kindly be seated. We are going to start the valedictory with invocation for peace from the Buddhist religious leaders. Sayadaw be invocation for peace. Address please recite Namo Tassa 3 times to begin with this. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. I'd like to respectfully request Parampuja Swamijis and all the Swamijis to invoke peace upon this valedictory.
Om Swasti Naha Indro Vridhasarvaha Swasti Naha Pukha Vishwavedaha Swasti Nasariksho Arishtanemihi Swasti No Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jyotirgamaya Mrityormam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Tu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you all the Swamiji. I would like to call on General N.C. Wich, Director of Yoga International Foundation, India, to welcome and record the deliberation and the outcomes for the last 2 days. General Wich.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my job to now recall the activities, but before that, our most venerable Sitago Sayadaw Dr. Ashwin Nayanisara, Param Pujya Maha Mandaleshwar Swami Deshanand Ji Maharaj, His Excellency the Governor of UP and Shri Ramnath Ji, the Chief Guest for the afternoon, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mahant Yogi Adityanath, Honorable Minister of State for Home, Government of India, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Chief Minister of Yangon Region, Honorable Deputy Minister of Justice and Buddha Sasana, Sri Lanka, Mr. Sarthi Dushmantha Mitrapala, Honorable Deputy Foreign Minister of Japan, my counterparts from Myanmar Institute, Chairman is here, for Strategic and International Studies and the Japan Foundation. Your Excellencies, scholars, delegates from across the globe, ladies and gentlemen. In September 2005, during the first Samvad conference in New Delhi, which was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, VIF had the pleasure of hosting over 200 extraordinarily intelligent minds from all over the world, discussing and debating as to how to create a more peaceful world. We were particularly blessed by the presence and benediction by Most Venerable Sitago Sayadaw Dr. Ashwin Nayanisara. Let me say that the Samvad too has been an equally gratifying experience. It is with immense satisfaction that I stand here on behalf of all of you to share with you the happenings of the last 48 hours. Let me also state that it is not possible to recount from all the presentations made, so those whom I miss out will forgive me that. Let me also say that their contributions were equally meritorious and interesting. Samvad aims to initiate a lot of intermingling and free transmissions and exchanges amongst religions, scholars and institutions towards building a new infrastructure and ecosystem. This is with a view to take the Samvad initiative to the grassroots and in the global discourse as a movement for humankind to the idea of peaceful coexistence, and I lay emphasis on the word coexistence among fellow human beings and nature. Equally important, our spiritual masters have a major responsibility in steering us towards the mission. We do hope that post-Samvad too, this process of transmissions and easy intermingling will further gather momentum. I will now like to recall some of the major aspects that have emerged during these 2 days. You will appreciate that time does not permit me to narrate the entire proceedings of this conclave, so I will touch upon major issues only. Let's take a look at the day one. Day one, the video speeches of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, the inspiring speeches by Most Venerable Sayadaw Dr. Ashwin Nayanisara, His Excellency the Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Ram Naik, the Honorable Minister for Religious Affairs, Government of Myanmar, Mr. Thura U Ong Ko, and the special address by Mr. U Tharong Tun, National Security Advisor, to Her Excellency the State Councillor, set the ball rolling. Their speeches underlined the emerging dangers to the world peace and environmental catastrophe looming over the Mother Earth, the only home for mankind. In his speech, the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, referred to critical questions the world is facing today. Questions about global challenges like conflicts and climate change. What lesson do Asian values and democracy hold for the world today? How to live in peace and harmony and secure our lives are not only deeply philosophical but also crucial to our contemporary world. Right. He stressed that it is only through deep and prolonged dialogue, that Samvad, that we may discover hidden synergies, resolving contradictions, and way to cut through deep-rooted religious stereotype prejudices that divide communities across the world and sow seeds of conflict. Terming climate change as nature's reaction to man's disrespect and of nature, he referred to Hindu-Buddhist philosophical approach of living in harmony with nature and the need for revering nature and not just look at it as a resource to exploit. Now, that came out very loud and clear from this afternoon and morning's presentations. The Honorable Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Shinzo Abe, in his speech said that in Asia, people have pursued various thoughts and religions from ancient times. Referring to Buddha's famous words, "May all living beings be happy," as spirit of tolerance and compassion that appeals for coexistence of all lives, he termed this belief as flowing from the source to the rivers of Asian values that has supported diversity and flourishing of democracy in Asia. Shri Guru Murthy from India and Professor Dr. Kin Mong Nyon from Myanmar very eloquently set the agenda for the 2 days deliberation to evolve a new paradigm of philosophical approach to these issues and the need for taking the initiative and, very importantly, to the grassroots. Spiritual masters were requested to take the lead where the political leaders cannot generate that momentum. Thus, the spiritual leaders from all faiths who were present at the conference carried a huge responsibility over their shoulders, and they had very good discussions over the 2 days in their own round table. Both the illustrious speakers refer to religion as source of both conflicts and peace, depending on its interpretation and exploitation by vested interest. Mr. Guru Murthy quoted from the Roman Catholic theologian Hans Kunz, who had said that peace among nations is not possible without peace among religions. Peace among religions is not possible without dialogue among religions. And dialogue among religions is impossible without investigating the fundamentals of different religions. Now, this has become the quote of the entire conclave, actually repeated many times over. Thus, open and transparent philosophic dialogue, which is inherent in Asiatic tradition, should form the core of conflict avoidance paradigm, and the two great religions, Hinduism and Buddhism, should take the lead, and so should do the other religions and faiths which were equally represented in this conclave today. They stress on the need to break the shackles of ideologies and strive for philosophical debate as a mean to universal understanding. Further, in a world which seems to be running short of ideas other than government actions, the conference seeks to open people participatory approach by going back to fundamentals of our spiritual discourse. This will mean environment consciousness and shifting from exploitation to respect and harmony with nature. The Roundtable Summit of the Spiritual Masters, participated by most eminent spiritual masters of all faiths present here, that is Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism and Jainism, provided some clear direction to us on: 1. Creating a conducive and compelling ecosystem with the objective of emphasizing the importance of dialogue and understanding for avoiding conflicts. Instituting sustainable model for frank and open dialogues between non-conflicting philosophies, ideologies, and evolving a long-term perspective for promoting institutions to carry forward ideas generated through these dialogues for lasting peace and harmony. and bringing environmental consciousness in the global discourse. Fourth, establishing a global network of leaders in a wide range of social, political, environmental, and intellectual arenas for carrying this momentum further. The proceedings and discussions in both the roundtable summits and the academic sessions on both days showed that there was total consensus, and I lay a lot of emphasis on the word of total consensus. There were no differing views on the aforesaid approach. The speakers of the academic day 1 presented their views on the theme of evolving a non-conflicting philosophical paradigm for conflict avoidance, peace and harmony. Speaker after speaker stressed on the principle of everybody having freedom of practicing their own religion without any interference from others and without interfering with the other religions. As a matter of fact, it is only when certain radicalized elements try to force their own ideologies on others that it becomes the major reasons for strife. The speakers also emphasized on the importance of dialogue and the capacity to listen to the alternative viewpoint. Very important. Day 2. Now I come to the proceedings of the day 2. The deliberations at the Roundtable Summit of Spiritual Masters were focused on evolving a consensus on action plan and creating institutional means to take the Samvad initiative to grassroots and sustainable ecosystem. The academic session on day 2 was on the theme of environmental consciousness. The eminent speakers were engaged in a spirited and a composite dialogue on environmental consciousness, being the prime paradigm of social cultural cooperation and global action. The philosophical underpinning of dharma or dhamma was also touched upon by many speakers. And it was considered that environmental protection will be possible only with self-awareness based on our ancient religious beliefs with respect to Mother Earth. Respect to Mother Earth, very important. It was also pointed out and shown in many presentations that Earth is our only home in this universe, which we have been taking for granted, and we easily forget that we are part of nature and depend on it for life. We have scarred the earth and polluted this environment, poisoned the very air that we breathe and water that we drink, and leading the world to another mass extinction of animal and plant species. I cannot talk of everybody, but I'll recount a few very important presentations by Barbara Moss and Yangon Social Affairs Minister, and also in the end by Ricky, on the music, how the music must mesh into the environment. Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Government of India, Shri Kiran Rijiju, in his speech called for an urgent need to create a mass movement, to create awareness on what crisis planet Earth and humans are facing, and bring the environment consciousness in global, political, religious, social and public discourse. Now to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that world today is in a new phase of uncertainty and danger emanating from galloping religious and ideological conflicts, which increasingly find expression through barbaric terrorism, massive sectarian violence within and outside the ideological societies. The situation calls for innovative, non-formal and strategic efforts to handle these new and emerging challenges. The speeches by our esteemed guest of honors and deliberation at both the roundtable summits and academic sessions are clear indicators that the intelligentsia and religious spiritual gurus are completely aligned with this thought process in letter and spirit. There was an overwhelming consensus among all the participants that in this age of conflict based on religious and ideological rivalries, shrinking natural resources, like it was shown in one of the presentations that you need another couple of years that you will need 1.7 Earth to sustain the population, and looming environmental catastrophe, there is an urgent need to find an alternative narrative to issues and crises confronting human civilization. The conference not only met, I am very glad to say, the objective that we set out to achieve, but has also gone much beyond that. We must build on this momentum. Now when we have come to the last phase of this conclave, let me say that this marks the beginning of a continued process which will ultimately lead to global peace, harmony, or at least contribute towards the global peace, harmony, security, and environmental consciousness. This is our earnest hope. We welcome the announcement by our partners, the President of the Japan Foundation, that the next conference would be held in Tokyo in early 2018. I too wish to join him in announcing that the next edition of Samvad 3 by us will be in somewhere towards the end of 2018. The venue will be decided in due course. We are today particularly fortunate to have the gracious presence of the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mahant Yogi Amarnath Ji, at this valedictory session. As we all know, he is one of the longest serving illustrious parliamentarian, 25 years in parliament, and the beginning has just been made. And now is the Chief Minister of largest and most populous state of India, Uttar Pradesh. Welcome to you again, Yogi Ji. I must also say that we were very fortunate to have the Governor of Uttar Pradesh with us. So it's a very positive thing that we had both the Governor and the Chief Minister. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for this exhilarating experience. And we look forward to meeting again in next Samvad. And in the meanwhile, I would request you all to carry on with this dialogue. Hope cross transmissions are amongst us and various religions must intensify and for our good. And with that, thank you very much once again. And we do hope that this process will be very, very useful in years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, General Wich, Director of Welcome International Foundation. You have made a very good and precise summary and reflection on all the discussion of the two forums. One forum for the religious masters and the other for the academics. And there is Samvad the second in brief has taught on all the crucial issues. One forum, okay, from the bottom of their heart, that's the spiritual leaders, and the other, okay, from their head, from the academic point of view. Now I'd like to invite the guest of honor from Myanmar. I'd like to respectfully call on the most honorable Siddhiku Sayadaw, Abhidita Maharata Guru, Dr. Shinyanisra, Chancellor of Siddhiku International Buddhist Academy, to offer some closing remarks. The most honorable Sayadaw here.
Your Venerable, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, academic scholar, friend and the Dharma, ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and religious brothers and religious sisters. Good afternoon. The Interfaith Dialogue for Peace, Harmony and Security, jointly organized by Siddhiku International Buddhist Academy, Vivekananda International Foundation, Myanmar Institute of Strategic International Study, an association with Japan Foundation is nearing an end. This great and grand conference is an enormous success, thanks to collective efforts, invaluable contribution of you, distinguished spiritual leader from different faiths, keynote speaker, eminent scholar, panelists, and enthusiastic participants all have worked toward global peace and security during our two-day conference. My dear brothers and sisters, especially religious brothers and religious sisters, I would like to particularly thank His Excellency Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Mr. Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan, for their video recorded messages, and His Excellency Tura Angho, Union Minister for Religious Affairs and Culture, Government of the Union of Myanmar, His Excellency U Thong Thong, National Security Advisor of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, His Excellency Shri Mahan Yogi Adityanath, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, His Excellency Shri Ram Naik, Governor of Uttar Pradesh, His Excellency U Phyo Min Thein, Chief Minister of Yangon Region, His Excellency Mr. Nobuyo Kishi, State Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan, Honorable Minister Mitrapala, Deputy Minister of Buddha Sasana and Justice of Sri Lanka, and His Excellency Mr. Kiren Rijiju, Honorable Minister of State for Home Affairs of India, His Excellency U Nai Ngan Lin, Minister for Social Affairs of the Government of the Yangon Region, gracing this conference with their presence and remarks at this inaugural and closing session. My special thanks go also to the co-chairman who moderates and two sessions of the conference, Dr. Damasami Ospu. I would also like to thank the official and staff members of the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Culture, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs, member of the Management Committee, Working Committee of Sirigu International Missionary Association, Sirigu International Buddhist Association, especially to the chief donor, especially to chief donors President of a two foundation, officer and staff member of Kandoji Palace Hotel, for the accommodation and me for the guests, President of the Cambodia Bank Group, who arranged the free air trip to and from Bagan, Skynet Production Television, all the volunteers for their invaluable support, countless hours of their service, without which this conference could not meet this resounding success. I hope we meet your needs, exceeded your expectation. Over 100 representatives from 30 countries were represented at this conference, with around 100 messages and papers presented through the parallel session, Session A and B. Despite different presentation and deliberation on the different perspectives, they all converge on a unique aim to find a common platform and a common ground to maintain the world peace and security. My dear brothers and sisters, yet we still have to work together a lot more in the future. I am confident that the frequent discussion and the meeting of this guide will bring a better result in our collaborative effort toward the prevalence of the peace in the world. Working with this goal in mind, I suggest that the next conference will be organized in Japan, 2018, earlier 2018, Japan, Tokyo. We meet again in Tokyo. After conclusion of this Interfaith dialogue, you will pay visit to the majestic Swedagon Bagura after this closing session in this same evening. The most unique religious symbol of the Myanmar. Tomorrow, we have arranged a day trip for you to fly to Bagan, cultural heartland of the Myanmar, with more than 2,000 temples in Bagura, located in 16 square miles. It is the richest archaeological site in Southeast Asia. Bagan flourished from the 11th century AD to 13th century AD. And you will see best of the Myanmar's architecture, including the stone sculpture and the mural painting, after returning from Bagan on the same day, tomorrow. You all will prepare for your journey to back home. Again, I thank each of you for your participation, along with the noble spirit of a universal brotherhood, which will benefit our endeavor for world peace, harmony and security. May I now conclude with my ardent wish that may all of a member of a different faith, be at mutual understanding. May all of my religious brothers and sisters live together in peace and refraining from interfering in matters of other faith. May my all of religious brothers and sisters, different faith, enjoy peaceful coexistence by exercising great tolerance. May the peace and security spread in every corner of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the Most Venerable Sirigu Siaraji, for your kindness, for your effort to strengthen interfaith dialogue and also for peace. Now, I'd like to call on the guest of honor from Myanmar, His Excellency U Nai Ngan Lin, Minister for Social Affairs of the Government of Yangon Region, to deliver a speech. Minister.
The Most Venerable Sirigu Siaro, His Excellency Rachandra Damodar, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, and ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Chief Minister of Yangon Region Government, Upyo Mende, I'd like to say it's a great pleasure to have this opportunity to give closing speech at Samvad II, the Interfaith Dialogue for Peace, Harmony, Security of the World. I'm sure you have had fruitful discussion during the last 2 days on very important topics: conflict avoidance and environment consciousness. I also hope you have had a chance to enjoy the beautiful sights of Yangon City. As you may know, our Chief Minister of Yangon Region Government, Upyo Mende, has tried a lot to make the city of Yangon not only a pleasant place to live and work, but also to upgrade the city transportation and municipal service. We acknowledge that it is very important for the people of Myanmar to live in harmony and peace with each other. Let me take this opportunity to say to my brother and sister in Myanmar, we, between our brothers and sisters, have been fighting for a long time. Every loss is our loss. However, we would like to continue. There's no point in fighting. So, what we need is not a victory over another, but living in harmony and peace. That's why we are very much interested in the successful outcome of this conference. And we also know the people of Myanmar, including the citizens of Yangon, have very high expectations. They wish to see very significant changes as soon as possible. So I like to say, we, as the Yangon government, are trying and working hard to make Yangon City not only the commercial hub of Myanmar with all the modern facilities, but also one of the premier tourist centers of our country. Let me now turn to the two main themes of this conference: conflict avoidance and environment consciousness. The the city of Yangon is home to citizens of many races and religious faiths. We have many religious communities living side by side with Buddhists. If you go around the city, you will see churches, Hindu temples, mosques right in the heart of the city. Throughout the history of our country, the citizens of Yangon have lived in peace and harmony, respecting each other and respecting the religious beliefs of others. Here, I would like to inform this August gathering of spiritual leaders and scholars from many countries in the region that we Myanmar people are very generous, courteous, and tolerant. That is what our Buddhist teachings teach us. We are taught to treat others as fellow human beings and not to discriminate others based on their religions or race and so on. We are taught to be humble and to practice loving kindness or metta. Moreover, Yangon City and Yangon region have the great privilege of having very important and holy places of worship, such as the Shwetagong Pagoda, the Sule Pagoda in the city center, the Bodhadong Pagoda and the Gawai Pagoda, to name just a few. These are holy places of worship as well as important tourist sites. In this day and age, when the scourge of religious extremism is on the rise, it has become the responsibility of our regional government to keep all these religious edifices safe and secure. Our duty is not only to keep the Buddhist places of worship safe and secure, but all places of worship safe. This means mosques, Hindu temples, and other places of worship. Therefore, on behalf of the regional government of Yangon, I wish to express my unqualified support for the points raised in the declaration issued today. May I wish all of you a safe and pleasant journey home. I hope your short stay in Yangon has been a pleasant one, and I want to urge you all to come back again, as tourists maybe. Finally, I'd like to thank you, all the organizers of this conference, for choosing Yangon City as the venue for this very important conference, and all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister U Nai Nan Lin from the Yangon region government. Thank you for your speech, and thank you also for your positive messages. Now, a special valedictory address from our chief guest from India, that is Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, His Excellency Mahant Yogi Adityanath. I would like to most respectfully call on His Excellency to deliver.
लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु चरता भिक्के भोजन हिताय भोजन सुखाय लोकानुकंपाय। शिकागो इंटरनेशनल बुद्धिस्ट एकेडमी के चांसलर आदरणीय डॉक्टर असिन्यानी साराय जी, यागून क्षेत्र के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री यू फ्यू मिन थीन जी, म्यांमार इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजिक एंड इंटरनेशनल स्टडीज के चेयरमैन माननीय यू न्यून मान सिंह जी, विवेकानंद इंटरनेशनल फाउंडेशन के निदेशक जनरल एनसी विज जी, मंच पर उपस्थित सभी आदरणीय पूज्य धर्माचार्यगण, उत्तर प्रदेश के माननीय राज्यपाल श्री राम नाईक जी, विभिन्न देशों से इस कार्यक्रम में सम्मिलित होने के लिए पधारे सभी सम्मानित धर्माचार्यगण, प्रतिनिधिगण, मिंग लाबा, नमस्ते। संवाद सेकंड, डायलॉग फॉर पीस, हार्मोनी एंड सिक्योरिटी, ए ग्लोबल इंटेटिव फॉर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अवेंडेंस एंड एनवायरमेंट कॉन्शियसनेस नाम के इस अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण सम्मेलन का निमंत्रण पाकर और आध्यात्मिक गुरुओं, प्रख्यात विचारकों तथा विद्वानों की इस प्रतिष्ठित सभा के समक्ष बोलने का अवसर पाकर मैं बहुत सम्मानित अनुभव कर रहा हूं। इस आयोजन से पूर्व 3 व 4 सितंबर 2015 को नई दिल्ली में इस श्रृंखला का पहला आयोजन संपन्न हुआ था, जिसमें भारत के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी सम्मिलित हुए थे। इसके तत्काल बाद 5 सितंबर 2015 को आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बोध गया के बौद्ध समागम में कहा था कि हिंदू व बौद्ध दर्शन के मूल और समान सिद्धांतों के अंगीकरण के कारण कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अवेंडेंस तथा एनवायरमेंट कॉन्शियसनेस जैसे विषयों का समाधान हो सकता है। इन सिद्धांतों को अपनाकर विश्व में शांति एवं पर्यावरण का संरक्षण व संवर्धन संभव है। सज्जनों, म्यांमार की ये पावन धरती पर कदम रखकर मैं अभिभूत हूं। म्यांमार वह देश है जिसे हम अब भी ब्रह्म देश पुकारते हैं, जो सभी भारतीयों के हृदय में बहुत निकट है। हमारे देशवासी धम्म और धर्म द्वारा एक दूसरे से बंधे हैं। मैं एक सशक्त उदाहरण प्रस्तुत करूंगा, जिससे स्पष्ट होगा कि हमारे भाग्य बहुत पहले ही एक दूसरे से जुड़ गए थे। हम सभी जानते हैं कि सम्राट थिवा और उनके परिवार को निर्वासित कर भारत के पश्चिमी तट स्थित छोटे से नगर रत्नागिरी भेज दिया गया था। हम में से कई को संभवतः ज्ञात नहीं होगा कि सम्राट के निर्वासन के बाद 1 दशक से भी कम समय में रत्नागिरी के सुपुत्र और भारतीय स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन के पुरोधा लोकमान्य तिलक को भी उन्हीं औपनिवेशिक शासकों ने मांडले कारागार में बंदी बना लिया था। क्या यह संयोग मात्र नहीं था कि मांडले की इस धरती पर लोकमान्य तिलक ने गीता रहस्य जैसे अमर ग्रंथ की रचना की। यह महान पुस्तक श्रीमद् भगवद गीता के सबसे महत्वपूर्ण संदेश कर्मयोग की स्पष्ट व्याख्या प्रस्तुत करती है। हिंदू धर्म में कर्मयोग अथवा कर्म मार्ग अध्यात्म का मार्ग है, जो आकांक्षा से रहित होकर उचित समय पर उचित कार्य करने पर बल देता है। मुक्ति के इस मार्ग पर सफलतापूर्वक चलने के लिए आत्मचेतना तथा आत्मबोध की आवश्यकता होती है। और हम सभी को ज्ञान का मार्ग दिखाने के लिए तथागत, जिन्हें हम हिंदू भगवान बुद्ध के रूप में पूजते हैं, से उत्तम मार्गदर्शक कौन हो सकता है। एक भारतीय तथा एक हिंदू के रूप में इस भूमि का ऋणी हूं जिस मिट्टी पर हमें इस महान ग्रंथ की रचना का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ था। सज्जनों, भगवान बुद्ध के 3 महत्वपूर्ण उपदेश, धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि, बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तथा संगम शरणं गच्छामि, तत्कालीन परिस्थितियों के साथ साथ आज भी उसकी प्रासंगिकता बनी हुई है। उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए गौरव का विषय है कि भगवान बुद्ध के जीवन से जुड़े अनेक महत्वपूर्ण स्थल यहां अवस्थित हैं। वाराणसी स्थित सारनाथ में भगवान बुद्ध ने अपना पहला उपदेश दिया था। तथागत की महापरिनिर्वाण स्थली कुशीनगर सहित श्रावस्ती, कपिलवस्तु, कौशाम्बी, संकिसा आदि प्रसिद्ध बौद्ध धार्मिक स्थल भी हमारे प्रदेश में स्थित हैं। भगवान बुद्ध की जन्मस्थली लुम्बिनी और तपस्या स्थली बौद्ध गया भी यहां से बहुत दूर नहीं है। उत्तर प्रदेश में भगवान बुद्ध से जुड़े इन स्थलों को बौद्ध सर्किट से जोड़ने का काम वर्तमान में किया जा रहा है, जिससे देश विदेश के पर्यटकों एवं श्रद्धालुओं को भगवान बुद्ध से जुड़े इन स्थलों तक पहुंचने में आसानी होगी। मैं नाथ संप्रदाय का एक सन्यासी हूं, जो सांझी हिंदू एवं बौद्ध दार्शनिक तथा धार्मिक परंपरा का एक अन्य उत्तम उदाहरण है। महायोगी गुरु गोरक्षनाथ, जो इस परंपरा के आरंभिक गुरु थे, महायान बौद्ध परंपरा में 84 महासिद्धों में माने जाते हैं। तिब्बती बौद्ध परंपरा में उन्हें गोरक्ष भी कहा जाता है। हिंदू धर्म तथा बौद्ध धर्म दोनों ही प्राच्य परंपराओं के टूट अंग हैं, जो दूसरों के विचारों को सुनने में विश्वास करते हैं। प्राचीन भारतीय दर्शन प्रतिक्रिया देने से पूर्व दूसरों की मनस्थिति तथा विचार प्रक्रिया को समझने पर बल देता है। वह किसी भी व्यक्ति के विचारों को पूरी तरह सुनने से पहले उसके विषय में कोई धारणा बनाने की अनुमति भी नहीं देता। उसके बाद ही वह दूसरों के दृष्टिकोण के प्रति पर्याप्त सम्मान प्रदर्शित करते हुए आपको अपना दृष्टिकोण रखने देता है, क्योंकि वह मानता है कि परमात्मा के अतिरिक्त कोई भी संपूर्ण नहीं है। इस प्रकार द्वंद्व के स्थान पर मीमांसा अथवा विवेचना को श्रेष्ठ कहा गया है। इसके लिए 4 चरण बताए गए हैं, जो उपरोक्त चर्चा की सटीक व्याख्या करते हैं। पहला श्रवण अर्थात ध्यानपूर्वक सुनना, दूसरा मनन अथवा गहन मीमांसा, तीसरा चिंतन अर्थात विचार करना, और चौथा कीर्तन अर्थात अपने विचार प्रस्तुत करना। हमारी परंपरा में अनेक उदाहरण हैं जहां तलवार के नोक पर किसी के विचार थोपने के स्थान पर विचारों के आदान प्रदान को सर्वश्रेष्ठ साधन माना गया है। सभी जानते हैं कि अद्वैत दर्शन के अनुकरणीय प्रतिपादक आदि शंकराचार्य ने पूर्व मीमांसा परंपरा के अनुयायी एवं उत्पट विद्वान मंडन मिश्र से शास्त्रार्थ किया था। कहा जाता है कि दोनों के बीच शास्त्रार्थ कई महीनों तक चलता रहा। विचारों के जीवंत एवं शांतिपूर्ण आदान प्रदान की ही परंपरा हमें विरासत में प्राप्त हुई है, जो वर्तमान विश्व में दुर्लभ हो गई है। शांतिपूर्ण चर्चा को ही सदैव मार्गदर्शक सिद्धांत माना जाना चाहिए और चर्चा के सही मार्ग खुले रखकर द्वंद्व से यथासंभव बचा जाना चाहिए। भारत में महाभारत जैसे महाकाव्य में भी स्वयं भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने समस्त शक्तियों एवं सिद्धियां होते हुए भी विवाद के शांतिपूर्ण समाधान के लिए कौरवों को अंतिम क्षण तक मनाने का प्रयास किया। इसके लिए वे स्वयं दूत एवं मध्यस्थ बनकर हस्तिनापुर के राज दरबार में पहुंचे। वे भगवान थे, वो अकेले ही पांडवों की अभिलाषा पूरी कर सकते थे, किंतु वह झुक गए क्योंकि शांति का कोई विकल्प नहीं होता। भगवान जानते थे कि ऐसा कोई भी प्रयास करना ही चाहिए जिसका परिणाम शांति हो। इसी प्रकार भगवान बुद्ध द्वंद्व टालने के प्रबल समर्थक थे। उनका सदियों पुराना संदेश था कि हजारों युद्धों में विजय प्राप्त करने से श्रेयस्य कर स्वयं पर विजय प्राप्त करना है। और यह संदेश आज भी प्रासंगिक है और सही है। धम्म के वास्तविक स्वरूप को समझने के लिए भगवान बुद्ध के अष्टांग मार्ग को जानना और अपनाना जरूरी है। उनके द्वारा बताए गए अष्टांग मार्ग में सम्यक दृष्टि एवं सम्यक संकल्प सर्वाधिक महत्वपूर्ण है। तथागत की इसी शिक्षा को अंगीकार करके आपसी विवादों को सुलझाने एवं पर्यावरण को सुधारने में मदद मिल सकती है। सज्जनों, पर्यावरण का संरक्षण व संवर्धन काफी व्यापक एवं बहुआयामी शब्द है। हमारे आसपास की वे सभी वस्तुएं जो जीवन की उत्पत्ति एवं विकास के लिए सहायक होती हैं, वे पर्यावरण के तहत ही आती हैं। इसमें वातावरण, जल, वायु, पृथ्वी, वनस्पतियां, जीव जंतु आदि सभी को समाहित किया जा सकता है। एक दृष्टि में देखा जाए तो प्रकृति के सभी पदार्थ एक दूसरे पर निर्भर भी हैं और पूरक भी। इनमें परस्पर समन्वय स्थापित रहने पर ही प्रकृति में संतुलन बना रह सकता है। इस संतुलन को बनाए रखने में मनुष्य की सबसे अहम भूमिका है। मनुष्य की विचारशीलता को और अधिक परिमार्जित करने एवं संवेदनशील बनाने में धर्म की विशेष भूमिका है। लेकिन यह भी एक कटु सच्चाई है कि वर्तमान में नई पीढ़ी के पास अपने धार्मिक ग्रंथों को गहन अध्ययन करते हुए उनके अनुरूप अनुसरण करने का समय नहीं रह गया है। इसलिए प्रकृति को समझने की संवेदना भी कम होती जा रही है, जिसका सीधा प्रभाव हमारे पर्यावरण पर पड़ रहा है। मैं समझता हूं कि ऐसे में विश्व की विभिन्न संस्थाओं पर यह गुरुत्तरदायित्व आ पड़ा है कि विश्व में आपसी सहयोग एवं समन्वय स्थापित कर हर नागरिक में पर्यावरण को लेकर एक चेतना जागृत करने का प्रयास करे। मानव सभ्यता के संरक्षण एवं आर्थिक तथा सामाजिक उन्नति के लिए यह न केवल लाभकारी बल्कि एक अनिवार्य शर्त भी है। अब लगभग यह स्पष्ट हो चुका है कि विश्व में शांति, समन्वय और सुरक्षा के लिए राष्ट्राध्यक्षों की अपेक्षा जनता की जागरूकता एवं आपसी संवाद अधिक परिणामोत्पादक होता है। जनता के सहयोग के बिना न तो हम पर्यावरण की रक्षा कर सकते हैं और न ही विभिन्न धर्मों एवं राष्ट्रों के बीच शांति एवं समन्वय कायम ही कर पाएंगे। बौद्ध धर्म में अभिधम्मपिटक और हिंदू धर्म में खड़ दर्शन का कहना है कि निराकार से ही आकार अर्थात संपूर्ण जगत की उत्पत्ति सबसे मूलभूत आध्यात्मिक घटना है। इससे हमें ध्यान आता है कि हम सभी एक ही ऊर्जा स्रोत से उत्पन्न हुए हैं और अन्य किसी भी प्रकार की भिन्नता का कोई अर्थ नहीं है। इससे हम स्वाभाविक रूप से अपने आसपास के वातावरण के साथ एकाकार हो जाते हैं। भगवान बुद्ध को उनके प्रथम 5 शिष्यों का दिया गया पहला उपदेश किसी भी प्रकार के अति से दूर रहने के कारण के एक सुझाव के साथ आरंभ होता है और इसके लिए उन्होंने मध्य पदमार्ग का प्रतिपादन किया, जिसमें लोगों को स्वर्णिम माध्य का अनुसरण करने की शिक्षा दी गई है। यह स्वर्णिम माध्य अथवा संतुलन विकास की आवश्यकता एवं मूल वातावरण के संरक्षण के मध्य होना चाहिए। सत्य की प्राप्ति होने के बाद भगवान बुद्ध इस सत्य को लोगों के साथ साझा करना चाहते थे। उन्हें ज्ञात था कि कार्य दुष्कर है, किंतु उनके भीतर मानवता के प्रति इतनी करुणा थी कि वह बिल्कुल भी नहीं हिचकिचाए। लोगों के बीच अपने विचारों के प्रसार हेतु उन्हें निष्ठावान शिष्यों की आवश्यकता थी। हमें भगवान श्री राम, भगवान श्री कृष्ण, भगवान बुद्ध की विरासत मिली है। उत्तर प्रदेश की समृद्ध सांस्कृतिक विविधता और विरासत के संरक्षण पर राज्य सरकार विशेष ध्यान दे रही है। भारत सरकार की मदद से उत्तर प्रदेश में रामायण सर्किट, कृष्णा सर्किट एवं बौद्ध सर्किट का विकास किया जा रहा है। वर्ष 2019 में तीर्थराज प्रयाग में अर्धकुंभ आयोजित होने जा रहा है, जिसमें करोड़ों श्रद्धालु सम्मिलित होंगे। यह विश्व का सबसे बड़ा धार्मिक एवं आध्यात्मिक आयोजन होगा, जो बंधुत्व एवं सहअस्तित्व का एक जीवंत उदाहरण भी प्रस्तुत करेगा। मैं आप सभी को विविधता एवं सद्भाव की विशिष्ट पहचान रखने वाले उत्तर प्रदेश के भ्रमण के लिए सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं। हमारी सरकार को राज्य में आपका स्वागत करने में हर्ष की अनुभूति होगी। मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि विवेकानंद इंटरनेशनल फाउंडेशन ने शिकागो इंटरनेशनल बुद्धिस्ट एकेडमी और म्यांमार इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंटरनेशनल एंड स्टडीज के सहयोग से संवाद 2 के सम्मेलन के आयोजन के लिए यांगून को चुना। मैं परम आदरणीय अभी ध्वज महारथ गुरु डॉक्टर असिन न्यानी सार जी का विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा, जिन्हें पूरा विश्व शिकागो सयादा के नाम से जानता है। वे महान शिक्षक एवं धम्म गुरु हैं तथा संस्थाओं के निर्माण करने एवं बिना किसी भेदभाव के लोगों के कल्याणार्थ सामाजिक कार्यक्रमों को बढ़ावा देने के लिए विख्यात हैं। वह भारत और भारत की जनता के परम मित्र हैं और मैं उन्हें ऐसे भव्य तथा सार्थक सम्मेलन के आयोजन के लिए हृदय से बधाई देता हूं। आज यहां उपस्थित होने तथा सम्मेलन को इतना सफल बनाने के लिए मैं आप सभी का धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं शिकागो इंटरनेशनल बुद्धिस्ट एकेडमी, म्यांमार इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंटरनेशनल एंड स्टैटिक स्टडीज और विवेकानंद इंटरनेशनल फाउंडेशन के आयोजक मंडल को विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद करता हूं। इसके साथ ही इस विराट सम्मेलन के आयोजन तथा अतिथि सत्कार में सहयोग के लिए मैं म्यांमार सरकार तथा इसके विभिन्न मंत्रालयों एवं विभागों का भी धन्यवाद करता हूं। और अंत में मैं आप सभी के लिए शांति, सौहार्द, स्वास्थ्य और सुख की कामना करने के लिए प्राचीन हिंदू मंत्र के साथ अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं कि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मां कश्चित् दुर्भाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति ही शांति ही शांति।
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mahan Yogi Adityanath Ji, as a learned scholar, a respected Yogi Ji, and a very experienced and popular politician. Your support means a lot to us. Actually, you combine 3 things that we have been talking about here. 3 aspects of energy that need to come together. That the religious authority, the political authority, and the academic authority. So thank you once again for having flown all the way to be with us and to support us in our mission. Now we are moving to votes of thanks. We have 2 sides of the organizers from Myanmar and from India. First, I'd like to call on Ambassador, His Excellency Unyam Maung Shea, Chairman of the Myanmar Institute of Strategic and International Studies, to propose votes of thanks. Your Excellency.
Please forgive me for speaking from my seat because of my health condition. Most Venerable Abhidasa Maharata Guru Saroji Dr. Ashin Yanisara, Chief Guest from India, the Honorable Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Ram Naik, the Chief Guest from India, the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mahan Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Guest from Myanmar National Security Advisor, Echi Udaunthon, His Excellency Tura Uangko, Union Minister for Religious Affairs and Culture of Myanmar, His Excellency Mr. Nobuo Kishi, State Minister for Foreign Affairs of Japan, Guests of Honor, the Honorable Mr. Kiren Rijiju, Minister of State for Home Affairs, Government of India, Guests of Honor, the Honorable H.R.S.T. Mitrapala, Deputy Minister of Buddha Sasana and Justice, Government of Sri Lanka, Guests of Honor, the Honorable Mr. Janjan Lujijastan, Member of Parliament, Deputy Chairman of the Parliamentary Ethical Subcommittee of Mongolia, His Excellency Upyo Mente, Chief Minister of Yangon Region Government, His Excellency U Nangan Lien, Minister for Social Affairs, the Yangon Regional Government, General N.C. Wade, Director, Vivekananda International Foundation, India, Ms. Hiroko Tsuka, Executive Vice President of the Japan Foundation, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to successfully conclude the Interfaith Dialogue for Peace, Harmony and Security, the Samvad 2, after 2 days of very fruitful deliberations. As this title of the very important historic event clearly reflects the noble objectives of this event, it is a great honor for me to be given this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the organizers at this valedictory session. I will start with the inaugural session. On behalf of the organizers of this dialogue and on my own behalf, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to the Venerable and Holinesses for kindly leading the invocation for peace ceremony at the beginning of this dialogue. The prayers that were said, I believe, have engulfed not only all of us present here for the dialogue, but around our planet. On behalf of the organizers of this dialogue and on my own behalf, I would like to extend our humble respects and gratitude to the most venerable Abhidasa Maharata Guru Saroji Dr. Ashin Yanisara of Sitagu International Buddhist Academy and General N.C. Wich, Director, Vivekananda International Foundation, for their warm welcome addresses, which I believe have made all the participants from abroad feel at home in Myanmar while attending this event. His Excellency the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Shri Narendra Modi, and His Excellency the Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Shinzo Abe, regret that they could not be able to personally present at the inaugural session due to the heavy responsibilities and very tight schedules. However, recognizing the importance of this dialogue, they sent their video speeches. I would like to express our deep appreciation for their unreserved recognition and their words of wisdom and guidance for our deliberations. Respectable Param Pujya Swami Advaishnanaji, Hindu Dhamma Acharya Sabha, India, so kindly made the benediction address in the inaugural session, which I also believe provides us with protection and help throughout the dialogue. Our sincere thanks also go to him. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Deputy Foreign Minister of Japan, His Excellency Nobuo Kishi, for his special address. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to His Excellency Tua Uangko, Union Minister for Religious Affairs and Culture, Government of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, for his special address. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to the National Security Advisor, His Excellency U Taung Thon, for his keynote address. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to Chief Guest from India, the Honorable Governor of Uttar Pradesh, His Excellency Shri Ram Naik, for his special address. During the inaugural session, the report on Samvad 1, Proceedings of the Samvad, was released by the Most Venerable Sitagu Sayadaw, and I would like to thank Sayadaw for launching the report. Ms. Hiroko Suka, Executive Vice President of Japan Foundation, extended a vote of thanks in the inaugural session. I would like to put on record our sincere appreciation for her warm and perfect vote of thanks. At the beginning of the plenary session yesterday, Mr. S. Gurumurthy, Distinguished Professor from the Shastra University, India, and Professor Dr. Kim Aung-yun, Professor Emeritus of International Relations Department, Yangon University, shared their rich experiences and enlightened us with their words of wisdom. I would like to extend our deepest appreciation to them. After the plenary session, the deliberations took place in two parallel sessions, yesterday and today. Session A, the Roundtable Summit of the Spiritual Masters, was held yesterday and today, chaired by Venerable Sayadaw Dhammadhami, head of the Association of International Buddhist Universities, Myanmar, and co-chaired by respectable Param Pujya Swami Mitranandaji, Chiamana Mission, India, and by two additional co-chairs today, His Reverend Bishop John Soyohan, Bishop of Yangon Diocese, Myanmar, and Al-Haj Hui Luen, Chief Convener of the Islamic Center of Myanmar. I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the chair and co-chairs for their very efficient handling of the sessions. We must pay the spiritual masters our most humble respect, admiration, and deepest gratitude for their unresolved love for all in our world without any exception. I would like to request the distinguished audience to give a standing ovation. Thank you. The chairs of Session B on both the days conducted the meetings in a most efficient manner, and the presenters contributed very constructive ideas and suggestions. We shall express our heartfelt thanks to them for their contributions for the entire benefit of mankind. In this valedictory session, on behalf of the co-organizers of the Samvad 2 and on my own behalf, I would like to extend my most sincere gratitude to the Venerable Sayadaws and their Holinesses for kindly leading the invocation for peace ceremony at the beginning of this session. The prayers that have said, I believe, have engulfed all of us here as well as all around our planet. I would like to express our deep appreciation to General N.C. Vij, Director of Vivekananda International Foundation, for his very comprehensive summary of the deliberation of this important dialogue. Thereafter, the Most Venerable Sayadaw Dr. Ashin Nanisara made the closing remarks. I would like to request the distinguished audience to pay our most humble respects and deepest gratitude to the Most Venerable Sayadaw Dr. Ashin Nanisara. Then, on behalf of the Chief Guest, His Excellency U Phyo Min Thein, Chief Minister for the Yangon Regional Government, His Excellency U Nang An Lin, Social Affairs Minister of the Yangon Regional Government, delivered a speech. I would like to express our deep appreciation to him for honoring this dialogue with the closing speech. A valedictory address was just made by the Chief Guest from India, the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mahant Yogi Adityanath. Thereafter, our heartfelt thanks also go to Your Excellency for your very warm and notable address. After my vote of thanks, my dear colleague, General N.C. Vij, will also extend his vote of thanks. Since day one of the preparatory process and until the end of this very important dialogue, he and his team have taken great pains to make the dialogue a total success. It would be a remiss if we do not express our most sincere appreciation to him and his team for their goodwill towards our collective endeavors and for their perfect efficiency. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to the respective teams of the organizers of this August conference, the Sitagu International Buddhist Academy, the Vivekananda International Foundation, the Japan Foundation, the Myanmar ISIS, the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Home Affairs, Religious Affairs and Culture, and the Yangon Regional Government, the Immigration Office at the Yangon International Airport, the management of the Hotel Kandoji Palace. Last but not least, well-wishers and donors for all the efficient arrangements, support, cooperation and coordination, which all made this interfaith dialogue for peace, harmony and security somewhat too possible. I thank you very much.
It is wonderful, Your Excellency, Ambassador Unyum the chairman of the Myanmar Institute of Strategic and International Studies. Although your health has not been the best, you have been here at all the proceedings from the very beginning until the end. And your support means a lot, for this endeavor. Your office, I should mention, undertook most of the coordination tasks between Myanmar and India. You represented the Myanmar side, coordinating with the Vivekananda International Foundation and the other overseas body. So thank you once again. Now, from the India side, I'd like to call on the Director of Vivekananda International Foundation, General N.C. Vij, to provide votes of thanks. General Vij.
Most Venerable Sitago Sayadaw Dr. Ashin Nanisara, Param Pujya Swami Deshanand Ji Maharaj, members of the Mahasangha, His Excellency the Governor of Uttar Pradesh Shri Ram Naik, Chief Guest for the occasion and this session, Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh in India, Mahant Yogi Adityanath, Honorable Chief Minister of Yangon, Mr. Yu Phyo Min Than, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Chairman Mises has said it all. As a matter of fact, I speak only to re-emphasize the points that he made. And it is indeed a matter of privilege and great joy for me to extend a vote of thanks to all of you who have participated to make Samvad 2 dialogue, interfaith dialogue for peace, harmony and security a great success indeed. I must stress that the success of this edition of Samvad owes a lot to the personal indulgence of most venerable Sitago Sayadaw Dr. Ashin Nanisara and his incredible team at Sitago International Buddhist Academy, Yangon. On behalf of the VIA and our partners who have been a great source of strength, from the Mises, the chairman himself and his team, and Japan Foundation, I wish to express our sincere gratitude and thanks to Sitago Sayadaw once again, the faculty, staff, students and the volunteers who have worked extremely hard to make this conference such a success. They deserve congratulations for a job well done and a huge round of applause. I am sure you also take into account the huge helpings of food and the refreshment which we had so very repeatedly. I will also like to thank His Holiness Swami Deshanand Ji and his team of Holinesses that he brought with him to participate in this conference. Their guidance has been a great success for us. I will also like to say that the contribution of Myanmar Institute of Strategic Studies and International Studies has been immense, and sincere thanks once again to Ambassador Yu Nyeon Mong Sien and his wonderful team at Mises for their wholehearted cooperation. On this occasion, I will also like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and all other ministries and departments of the government of Myanmar who have contributed to the successful organization of this edition of Samvad for our comfortable stay. And borrowing the words from the Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, I must also add that it was a privilege to hold this conference in this holy land of Buddha and what we now call Brahmadesh, or as we've called all along. A big thanks also to the Japan Foundation and the Embassy of Japan in Yangon and in New Delhi, with whom we had endless conferences to make this participation in Samvad very successful. I will also like to place on record our deep appreciation for the Ambassador of India to Japan, Shri Vikram Misri, and his colleagues in the embassy for all the assistance and support provided to us during this conference. Now, we have also, ladies and gentlemen, received a message from the Prime Minister of Nepal. I will like to read out a few lines from that. This is a 2 pages long message, but I'll read out a few lines. What he says is that I believe that the basic precepts of all religions of the world are common. They regard all human beings as equal and aim in promoting and understanding harmony and togetherness amongst human beings. The underlying philosophy of all religions having a universal appeal and end to all kinds of sufferings. We come from a tradition that aspires Loka Svastha Sukhino Bhavantu. Let everyone be happy in the world. This motto gets reflected in the saying Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is one family. This leads us to believe that in the context of pluralistic societies that we live in, religion should be understood in terms of our core human values and a common destiny. Hinduism and Buddhism, the two oldest religions and philosophies of the world, are founded on the fundamentals of non-violence, compassion, harmony and forgiveness. They are the higher noble causes that bind us all together. So this is just, I said I read out only 2 paragraphs. It's a long message which you will like to read at the end of this conference. But our grateful thanks to him, the Prime Minister of Nepal, for having sent this message to us. And as we discussed already, we've had Prime Minister Modi's message, the message also from Prime Minister of Japan, and also we have the message from Myanmar. Now, coming to the next thing, the success of any conference is depending on the chairs and the intelligent and intellectual inputs of the participants, goes without saying, as was the case in this particular conclave. We express our gratefulness to the most venerable spiritual masters of 6 major faiths of the world: Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, and Jainism, for blessings and their gracious presence. You have guided us in the right direction by sharing your collective wisdom, and we all feel immensely blessed and motivated. The galaxy of learned speakers from various countries have brought with them here their knowledge and experience. We would like to acknowledge the contribution of our esteemed speakers and other delegates who took the time out of their busy schedule to be with us. We are truly humbled by your presence, and we thank you immensely for your invaluable contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say once again that the Prime Ministers of India and Japan have been the driving force behind Samvad, and now they have been also joined by the Prime Ministers of the State Councillor of Myanmar and also the Prime Minister of Nepal. I wish to thank them on behalf of all of you, and may I request you all for a very warm round of appreciation for them. Before I conclude, I will like to express our sincere gratitude to the Honorable Ministers from Myanmar, Sri Lanka and India, and our Chief Guest, His Excellency the Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Shri Ram Naik, the Honorable Chief Minister, Mahan Yogi Adityanath, who is the Chief Guest for today, and the Chief Minister of Yangon region, and His Excellency and National Security Advisor of Myanmar, Mr. U Thong Tun, for their participation and addressing this conference. You have raised the status of this conference with your presence. We would also like to convey our deepest appreciation and gratitude to the team of scholars led by Sri Gurumurthy ji from India, who conceived and conceptualized the entire concept of this conclave from the very beginning and laid down the intellectual roadmap for this conference, to which was added on very greatly by their holinesses, all the spiritual masters from all faiths who are present here. And from Vivekananda, let me take liberty to mention that we've had all of our team working very, very hard. But I'd like to just mention 3 names: Ms. Ganguly, Anutama Ganguly, been our constant voice here, Mr. Amitabh Mathur, and Mr. Ashok Wangdi, who is our ambassador to the Buddhist world. Really have worked their guts out. Similarly, our great appreciation finally once again from the chairman of the MICES and the Vice President of Japan with their presence. Furthermore, let me once again have a special recognition for all the participants who have mentioned, who have remained there. Enthusiastic participants have contributed immensely. A big round of applause for all our participants. And last but not the least, let me also thank each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, and wonderful and peace-loving people of Myanmar for their active and thoughtful participation. And of course, it goes without saying, our grateful thanks to the most venerable Sitago Sayadaw Dr. Ashinayan Sara. But for his personal intention, this conference couldn't have been such a success. So with this, wishing you goodbye and also good luck till we meet again, maybe in Tokyo, and thereafter follow up maybe in New Delhi and another place in 2018 and 9. So, media, yes, of course. I will be risking myself if I do not mention the media. Grateful thanks to the media, both of Myanmar and the international media here, and also from India. So all thank you very much for having participated in this, and I do hope that you convey a very good message and the rightful message about this dialogue. Thank you very much. Goodbye and good luck.
I would like to say a few words. Really, we are very happy and we are feeling so energetic, and really we proud of this place. I would like to say special thank to the Chancellor, His Holiness Dr. Nayan Sara, the head of Sitagu, and I would like to honor to His Holiness on behalf of my Acharya Sabha team. We have the all prominent spiritual leaders with me. I would like to invite the whole team like Paramatmananji, Swami Chidananji, and they are from head of the various sect. I'm very happy to today to see our Yogi ji and His Holiness Yogi ji, Swami Adityanath ji, also the member of Acharya Sabha. So I would like to invite him to honor Dr. Nayan Sara. So Swami Paramatmananji, please come on dais. And really we are feeling delighted and happy to join this. Yogi ji is also a member. And we would like to honor the head of Vivekananda International Foundation, our beloved General Dr. Vij also. Please come on dais. And I would like to invite the head of the Japanese Foundation of Japan also. No, she's there. Yeah, please. And last, we would like to honor the government of Myanmar, the representative of the government of Myanmar, Home Minister, Religious Minister of Myanmar, and the Chief Minister also. And okay. And I know I am breaking the protocol, but I would like to invite His Excellency Governor of UP, Ram Naik ji, to dais. Acharya Sabha want to thank to Anuttama, Ganguly, and both Ganguly, and the Dharma Sangha also.
I would like to thank the Hindu Dharma Acharya Sabha for this very warming, this heartwarming and the very exciting gesture bestowed on Siddhi Goswami. As we all know, Param Puja Swami Abdeshanandaji, Juna Pitateshwara Acharya Mahamantareshwara is highly spiritual and respected in the Hindu tradition, and is it means a lot, that he is present here, because he has millions of followers listening to him, and his peaceful message. We speak more than millions of pages by many authors in other positions. So I'd like to convey our gratitude to Param Puja Swami Abdeshanandaji and also all other Swamiji, members of the Hindu Dharma Acharya Sabha, for not only initiating this dialogue, but also making every effort to advance it every step. Before we move to the last one, the declaration, we have another one of a similar nature, also a present to the Most Venerable Siddhi Goswami, this time from Thailand. From Thailand, the Most Venerable Arya Wangso, well known for as meditation teacher, and also Madam Kun Ying Supatra Mastit, former Minister of the Office of the Prime Minister of Thailand, to offer a gift to the Most Venerable Siddhi Goswami, Madam Supatra. Madam Supatra is the former Minister to the Office of the Prime Minister of Thailand. Thank you, Kun Ying Supatra. Now we come to the perhaps the most important item in this valedictory, that is the record of discussion, deliberation for the last 2 days, actually more than the last 2 days, a lot of preparation for the last 2 years. from many organizations and by many people who put their heart and soul into this mission in building peace and also protecting environment. This Samvad II is organized by the two sides, by the India side and Myanmar side. So the declaration is going to be read out by two, one from India and the other from Myanmar. I know I'm taking a few minutes here. We are going to be reading out, okay, by two people. We're going to read the declaration of two people. If I may bring to your awareness how important Advaita Vadaism is in Hinduism, the non-duality is the same in Mahayana Buddhism, although we don't talk much about this in Theravada Buddhism, where everything comes together and there's no dualism anymore. There will be two readers of the declaration, but they will be making the same point, that is Advaita. I hope this symbolizes peace. So from the India side, I'd like to respectfully invite Param Pujya Swami Mitra Nandaji, the head of Chinmaya Mission from Chennai, India, and he's here. From Myanmar side, one of the top assistant of Siddhiku Sayadaw, Mr. Ucho Lai, Ucho Solai, the executive committee member of the Siddhiku Buddhist Missionary Association.
Got it. Salutations. Spiritual, religious leaders of all religions and scholars of all the religions actively participated in the discussion. We unanimously agree and declare on this 6th of the month of August 2017 that all the people of the world have to cooperate and endeavor together without any fear in order to obtain harmonious social life with full security assurances.
We denounce all kinds of hate speech, false propaganda, conflict and war under the pretext of religion, and strongly condemn those who provide support any such activities.
We leaders of all religions of the world resolve to be the builders of the harmonious human society by religious teachings and involve ourselves in consolidating peace and security of the world.
We, members of different faiths, need to build mutual understanding, respect, and trust among ourselves in order to obtain a peaceful, secure, and prosperous human society.
We resolve to exercise restraint and refrain from interfering in matters of other religions and to cooperate in building bridges for world peace.
It is our inherent duty to conserve the environment before it is too late for the survival of humankind.
All religious leaders from India present at the Samvad too have unanimously decided to meet once in every 4 months and as and when required, starting from 4th December 2017, to build bridges and harmony.
We shall collectively initiate programs to enhance environmental consciousness and undertake awareness protection projects.
To strengthen understanding and trust, we shall organize an interfaith camp for meditation.
All the spiritual paths and religious traditions are equally valid.
Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Swamiji. And thank you also, Ujo Sulin, for reading out the declaration. I hope every one of us will take the declaration to our heart and then make it our own commitment, our own individual commitment to propagate it to other corners of the world. I have one or two things to announce. After this, as the Most Venerable Siddhi Sayadaw has already mentioned in his speech, we will be going together to the holiest site in Myanmar, that is Shirikong Pagoda, and all the vehicles will be ready in the front of this building, this main building, and after this, after a few minutes of stretching, kindly proceed to the vehicle, and there will be officials leading us to the Shirikong Pagoda. And from the Shirikong Pagoda, all the distinguished guests, everyone will be returning to the hotel for dinner at 7 p.m. Before we conclude, the delegate from Nepal would like to present Buddha statue to the Most Venerable Siddhi Sayadaw. Can you kindly come to the stage? And this is Venerable Professor Bhattacharya, Vice Chancellor of Buddhist, Lumbini Buddhist University. Please, yeah. From Lumbini Buddhist University, Vice Chancellor, Professor Bhattacharya, offering a Buddha statue to the Most Venerable Siddhi Sayadaw as a mark of the successful Samvad II. Now, Your Holinesses, the Most Venerable Swamijis, bishops, learned mourners, leaders of the Jaina faith and the Sikh religious tradition, we have come to a successful conclusion of the Samvad II Interfaith Dialogue for Peace, Harmony and Security of the World. So thank you very much. Pawadu Taba Mingla, you please recite Pawadu Sabha. Pawadu Sabha.
Pawadu Sabha Mingala, Rekhandu Sabha Devada, Sabha Buddha Nubawi Nazada Sukhi Bawandu De. Pawadu Sabha Mingala, Rekhandu Sabha Devada, Sabha Damanubawi Nazada Sukhi Bawandu De. Bhavadu Sabha Mingalang Rekhandu Sabha Devada Sabha Sangha Nubhavina Zada Sukhi Bhavandu De. Say Sadhu. Sadhu. Thank you all.